Welcome to Popternative, where we dive into topical discussions from the worlds of pop culture, social media, and sports. Here is your host, Peter Remoliotis, aka PD Beats.
PD Beats here from Popternative, speaking to Travis Burnett about Diary of a Future President. Season 2 is going to be dropping August 18th on Disney+. Thank you so much for doing this. Welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me. It's great to be here.
It's exciting. You've already I've been in some pretty cool projects. What was this project like compared to others you've worked on, though? It looked like this was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. With a lot of the other projects, it's been mainly an adult cast.
Yeah.
But like this one, it was like 100% kids that I was able to work with. And it was really interesting to be like with people my own age. And it was really cool to connect with everybody on a level that I can relate to.
So what drew you towards acting and storytelling? Like what movie or TV show did you watch growing up where you were like, yes, this is what I want to do?
Well, movie and TV show, not so much, but Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
I saw it at the Pantages, and like I saw the Phantom, and I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, well, my grandma was originally in theater, so I like grew up in the theater, 9 O'Clock Players, where she performed.
Yep.
And her director, Todd Nielsen, just randomly said, I think he should be up there. So I announced the show, and I was hooked from there.
It's interesting because I've talked to a lot of other people too, and theater is basically where you learn your craft. Like a lot of people that you see on screen on TV shows, they've started at the theater. Like that's kind of the stepping stone a little bit.
Yeah, it's crazy. It always like theater is like a really good entry to TV and film. It's good practice too, because like it's only one take. You only get one chance, and each performance is different. And I find it helps me like it sort of transfers over to film a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, season 2 of your show, Diary of a Future President, that's coming on Disney Plus pretty soon. Has it hit you yet? It's a calm before the storm a little bit.
Yeah, it is. It's like right now it's the 16th, but
Yeah.
like 2 days away. It's gonna be here. 3 days till my birthday. Actually, it's 1 day before my birthday, so it's a nice early birthday present. So,
What was it like getting the role of Claude, and what can we expect without spoilers or anything?
well, when I got the audition for Claude, it was just like a 3 lines, like just 3 lines, come in, do your thing, get out.
Yeah.
And like I was like, okay, just another audition. So I did it, left, like I think maybe a day later, not even that, we heard like, hey, you got it. I was like, oh, cool. It was just meant to be there on set, but it grew into something much more than that. And this next season, he's gonna cause a little problems for the main character. That's all I'm going to say.
Maybe the
You can
bad
watch
guy,
it.
maybe it's funny, maybe the antagonist, or maybe just misunderstood, right?
Yeah,
Because
maybe
it's funny though, you watch a lot of TV shows and movies though where you're like, maybe misunderstood. It's like, no, that is the bad guy, right?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Absolutely. You're part of the Diary of a Future President family. You're also indirectly part of the Disney Plus family because the show is going to be streaming on Disney Plus. How does it feel to be part of the Disney Plus family?
It's really crazy. It's like, because like I would just go on Disney Plus just to like watch the new episode of a series, and I'm just like, oh look, there's my show that I'm in. Like,
Very soon you're going to be able to watch yourself. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's crazy to me. Like it's crazy to just think about. Like if I wanted to, I could go to Disney Plus, watch my episode, and I would see myself.
Absolutely. What was the reception like when you landed the role from your family and friends? What was that all like?
A lot of like I think we like it's crazy. Whenever I hear I book something, we're almost always in the car. So like it's like my grandma
awesome.
who's driving, just like she either cries, she goes yes. It's just, like that's the same reaction from everybody, and like it's hard for me to process it when I hear it. I'm like, what?
That's awesome that like it always happens when you're in the car. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you to say that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because usually people are like, yeah, you know, they were all excited. You know, you're like car rides all the time.
One time I heard they booked something at like the DMV, I think. It was that DMV or something. And like we had the same reaction of screaming, and then like security had to escort us out. You can't be screaming in a government building, so you need to go outside. But like we didn't care.
Absolutely. It's interesting too because you're obviously going to be on the show as Claude. You're going to be acting. And you're still new, like you're still like your acting career is fairly new and everything, and you're learning as you go. But have you thought about down the road going behind the camera and maybe directing and writing, because that happens a lot, right? Like you're around the whole atmosphere, so to speak, right?
Yeah, I'm a big writer. I love writing. So like if I were to do anything besides acting, writing and directing, I've always just like admired like the work that they do. And like writing is very creative. So like I love to be creative. So that'd probably be where I would go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Also photography, like the camera work is really interesting too.
Well, some of the cinematographers that they have on some shows these days, it's crazy. It's like eye candy to watch.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. What were some learning experiences for yourself as an actor and a storyteller on Diary of a Future President? Like, what was it like kind of working on the show?
Well, for season 2, because it was shot during COVID. That was the very first thing that I like did during COVID. So it was like a big learning experience. Okay, you can't be like as friendly as you would be. You can't like run up to somebody and say, "Hey, how are you? How you been?" So it's like a big learning experience to adjust to the climate of the film industry.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like it was interesting too, because I'm wondering if there was going to be, because at one point there were shows that came out during COVID that were obviously filmed a lot like way before COVID, right? And a lot of them came out, and a lot of shows that maybe wouldn't come out, or a lot of movies that wouldn't come out, came out during COVID because no one could make new things.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be another thing now where there's just going to be a moment like, January 2022, because of like post-production takes a certain amount. Like there's going to be so many things coming out at once.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's a lot of holds in production, but then once those holds get lifted, they're like, boom, they're there.
I know, which is crazy. When people watch season 2 of Diary of a Future President, what are you hoping they get out of it, takeaway wise? Like, obviously, you hope they enjoy it, they have a good time. Was there anything specific you'd like them to kind of get away with, like takeaway wise, Travis?
Acceptance, sort of. Yeah, to like maybe learn something.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have somebody give me.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Well, like in season 1, there was a big family essence to sort of like care about everyone and just love your family, love your friends.
Absolutely. It's interesting too, because, characters, and you saw it in season 1, characters are a lot more, you watch a lot of things, and you probably talk about this with your family and friends. Characters are a lot more complex than we actually think on TV shows. They have a lot kind of going on, and I think a lot of TV shows do that. Did you notice that in the script sometimes? Like you're kind of hinting at like Claude is a little bit of the antagonist, maybe a bit misunderstood. Did you notice the complexity of these characters in the script, Travis?
Yeah. Because like for my character specifically, like he would be in like maybe like one scene per episode, but he's like, you don't have to say much, just like one line, you sort of get, okay, he's like this kid that's allergic to a lot of stuff. He gets bullied. And like, it's really like the weaving of the writing is really well done. Oh,
absolutely. Travis, I want to thank you so much for coming on Popternative. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. This was super fun.
Absolutely. So August 18th on Disney Plus, season 2 of the Diary of Future President. So they'll be able to check out Claude, basically.
Yeah, come see Claude.
Yeah, and where can people follow you on social media to keep up to date with everything?
Just really main Instagram at It's Travis Burnett, and yeah.
Absolutely. Well, this has been Popternative, youtube.com/Popternative for previous episodes. Until next time, this is Travis Burnett and PD Beats signing off.
Thank you for tuning in to Popternative. Make sure to check out our past episodes of Popternative on YouTube. Be sure to like Popternative on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
This has been an Autograph Communications production.